Not sure what to expect on your home buying journey? I'll give you the important first steps to start you off on the right foot. Hi, I'm Stacy Olson with the Valentini team at William Ravis Real Estate, and on my channel, I'll give you everything you need to know about living on the Connecticut shoreline. Starting your home search actually starts way before you step foot inside of a house. You need to pre-plan and be prepared, and I'm here to tell you what you need to do. A critical first step in the home buying journey is saving for a down payment. Most people don't have that kind of money hanging out in their bank account, so it does take some pre-planning. It can take a year or two to save that kind of money. But do some homework, because not all mortgages are looking for the 20% down that they used to require 20 years ago. Today, you can get maybe as little as 3.5% to 5% down. So just do a little bit of homework so you know approximately how much money you should be saving. And if you have any questions on how you could be saving for a down payment, check out my prior video on how I give you tips and tricks on how to save that money. Another tip is that you really should know your credit score. Most mortgage companies won't give you a mortgage if your credit score is too low. So you need to just check to see what it looks like. If it is a little low, try to clean it up a little bit. Get rid of some credit card debt or start paying your monthly bills on time. All these things will help build up your credit score. And when you have a really good credit score, you pretty much can ensure that you will get a really good mortgage rate because they know that you are a trusted borrower. You have a history of having taken out loans and paid them back on time and in full. So it's really important to know your credit score because it will determine the type of mortgage rate that you will get. Also, try not to make any major purchases during this time because it will bring down your score. You need to try to keep it status quo. Don't do anything extreme, don't make any large purchases, and try to clean up any debt that you have, whether it's credit card debt, student loan debt, whatever. As long as you are paying it back and on time, it will help build your credit score. When you do apply for a mortgage, the bank or the mortgage broker is going to look at your debt to income ratio. So what does that mean? It basically means how much of your gross income do you owe in debts every month. So typically they don't really want to see more than 36%, including your mortgage payment. So let's break this down. So let's say you pay on a monthly basis, you have a car loan, a credit card, and a student loan. And altogether that's about $1,000 a month. And your income, now this is your gross income. This is before taxes are taken out. Let's say your income is $10,000 a month. So if you're paying $1,000 on bills and you earn $10,000 a month, that's about 10% going toward debt. So a bank or a mortgage broker is going to look to say that about 26% is what you can afford in a mortgage. Some may require more, some may require less, depending on who you're going with, but that's a good general sense. So according to our calculations, if you still have 26% left, that means you can afford a $2,600 mortgage a month. And that would keep your debt to income ratio at 36%. So this is why it's important to know your credit score and to know how much debt you have and make sure you're paying it on time, because all this stuff goes into the whole mortgage application process. And the better you look to them, the better the rate will be. The next crucial step you really should do simultaneously. You should look for a bank or a mortgage broker to start the application process for a pre-approval, and you should start looking around for a real estate agent. Let's break this down. You should reach out to your bank or a mortgage broker to start the process to get a pre-approval letter. This process can take a week or two depending on who you go with, but typically they will ask you for some financial documents, maybe some information about your income, how much debt you have, but generally it's not a ton of paperwork. You might have to do a little digging to provide them what they need. They might need a tax return from the previous year, but generally they're going to need some documents to create this pre-approval letter for you. So the bank or broker is really looking for two things. Number one, are you even qualified to have a mortgage? And number two, if you are, how much? And really, a pre-approval letter kind of sets you apart from other buyers because it's telling the seller that you are serious, You've already done your homework. You've gotten this pre-approval letter, so you know you can afford the home that you are putting the offer on. And it really sets you apart. Nowadays, most sellers won't even entertain an offer that doesn't have a pre-approval. Because put yourself in their shoes, right? You have your house on the market, someone puts an offer on it, and they don't have a pre-approval letter. So let's say you accept their offer, you take your house off the market, only to find out 6 weeks later that the person that put the offer in couldn't afford the house to begin with. That's not good for anyone. So sellers typically want a pre-approval in today's market to guarantee that you can afford their home. At the same time that you're getting a pre-approval, you should be looking for a real estate agent to work with. We're professionals. This is our job. We're there to help you navigate through the twists and turns of the home buying process. We're there to provide support and understanding of the local market. We can help you understand how to put in a solid offer. We can help you deal with seller's requests once an offer is accepted. Above all else, we are there to represent you and your best interests. And honestly, most agents these days are available practically 24/7 because we want to be there to provide support for our clients when they need them, because we know how stressful this process is and we understand that there's a lot on the line. So we want to be available whenever you need us. And quite honestly, these days, most agents really want a pre-approval letter as well for their clients, because you don't want to be going out showing your clients homes only to find out they can't even qualify for that kind of mortgage. It's really heartbreaking for us and our clients. So we want to make sure we're locked in on exactly how much you can afford. So when we do start looking at homes, we know that this is something that you can actually put an offer on. So now the fun starts. You've saved your money for a down payment. You have your pre-approval letter. You have an agent. Now you can start actually looking at homes that you are interested in that fit within your budget. Your agent will send you listings, and then you determine which ones you actually want to see. We set up the showings for you, and we can either go with you in person to show the home, or with today's environment with COVID, you can choose to have a virtual tour. So the agent would actually go to the home without you, and they could just show you through FaceTime or Zoom what the actual home looks like without you having to go there. The key factor really is that you should see more than one home. As you get to see more and more homes, you realize things that are or aren't important to you. You may have thought no garage was a deal breaker, but then you find a home that has everything else you want, but it doesn't have a garage. Or you might say you've always wanted a pool, but you find this home that has everything you want but a pool. You start to kind of realize what really is or isn't important in your home buying journey. Another thing your real estate agent can do is provide you with the property disclosure forms. Because once a house is put on the market, in Connecticut, by law, you have to fill out a disclosure form. So the person that was living there before goes through this lengthy form and basically fills out this questionnaire that asks a lot of questions about the home, the age of the home, how old is the roof, have you ever had a water issue, is there a radon issue, does the well pump work, there's a ton of questions in there because they want to make sure that a buyer who's interested in the property has full disclosure of any issues that have been there before. Excited to start your home buying journey? I hope I was able to shed some light on the early stages of the process. To be honest, the more organized and prepared you are, the more likely you'll be able to get an offer in quickly and hopefully get it accepted. If you like this video, check out my other videos. I release new ones every week. Until then, have a great day.